If I told you that 40 seconds a day could lower your risk of stroke, would you believe me? It sounds like one of those too good to be true promises, until you see what I've seen in 30 years of treating older adults. Every week I meet patients who never smoked, never had high cholesterol, and thought they were doing everything right. Yet one morning their hand won't move, their words come out garbled, or they can't remember their address. Here's the part that still surprises me. In many cases, a single, tiny daily habit could have changed that outcome. You see, the most dangerous threat to your brain after 60 isn't always high blood pressure or diabetes. It's something quieter, slower, a little like a river that starts to silt up. I'm talking about poor circulation to the brain, a problem that can build for years without a single symptom until the moment it robs you of your speech, balance, or independence. And here's the twist. The solution isn't running marathons or memorizing complicated exercises. You can do it right where you are, in bed, in a chair, even while watching your favorite show. What I'm about to show you are 6 simple positions, each one backed by solid medical research, each taking less than a minute, that can help keep your blood flowing, your oxygen level steady, and your brain sharp. Think of them as circulation boosters, quick resets that take almost no effort but have a big impact on how your heart and brain work together. One of them is so simple, you could try it tonight in your sleep and still see results. Another one uses gravity to do the work for you, and another releases hidden pressure from the very arteries that feed your brain. By the end of this video, you'll have a toolkit you can use anytime, anywhere without special equipment. And I promise you'll see just how small, mindful movements can protect the memories, relationships, and independence you've spent a lifetime building. So if you want to keep your mind clear, your body steady, and your heart strong, stay with me. Comment a 1 if you're ready to try at least one of these today. And let's start with the habit that turns gravity into your secret weapon. Number 1, legs up the wall pose, using gravity to help your heart and brain. Let's start with a position so simple it almost feels like cheating. You lie down, put your legs up, and let gravity do the heavy lifting for your circulation. This isn't just a relaxation trick from yoga studios. It's a medically sound way to help your blood return to your heart and brain with less effort. And it works especially well for people over 60. Here's what happens inside your body when you try it. Every day, your veins in the legs work against gravity to move blood back up to your heart. That uphill battle gets harder as we age. Vein walls can lose elasticity, valves can weaken, and muscles in your calves, the so-called second heart, may not pump as effectively. And as a result, blood pools in the lower legs, causing swelling, heaviness, and, in some cases, the beginnings of dangerous clots. When you raise your legs above the level of your heart, you reverse that process. Blood that's been lingering in the feet and calves flows more easily toward your chest, where your heart can send it onward to your brain. That means more oxygen-rich blood bathing your neurons, supporting clear thinking and a stable mood. A study in the Journal of Physiological Sciences found that older adults who practiced this position saw improved venous return and even reductions in certain stress markers. Participants had often reported feeling lighter, calmer, and more alert afterward. Here's how to do it safely. Lie on your back near a wall. Scoot your hips close so you can extend your legs upward until they rest against the wall surface. Keep your knees slightly bent if your hamstrings feel tight. Rest your arms comfortably at your sides or on your stomach. Then breathe slowly. You do not need to stay here for long. Even 40 seconds can help your circulation reset. Some older adults like to do this in the afternoon to reduce ankle swelling. Others make it part of their bedtime routine for deeper sleep. If you have glaucoma, uncontrolled high blood pressure, or severe spinal issues, check with your doctor first. It is a quiet, restful pose that asks almost nothing from you, yet gives your brain and heart a measurable benefit. And now that we have used gravity to help your legs, let's explore a technique that uses breath to open your arteries from the inside out. Number 2, abdominal breathing, expanding your arteries from the inside out. Most of us breathe without thinking about it, but as we get older, the way we breathe can slowly work against our circulation. Many people over 60 develop a habit of shallow, chest-level breathing. This means the air and the oxygen your blood needs never fully reaches the lower parts of your lungs where gas exchange is most efficient. The result is less oxygen in the bloodstream, higher blood pressure, and more tension in the blood vessels that feed the brain. Abdominal breathing, also called diaphragmatic breathing, is a simple way to reverse that pattern. By drawing air deep into the belly, you engage the diaphragm, a dome-shaped muscle just below the lungs. This action allows your lungs to expand more fully, pulling in more oxygen and helping your blood vessels relax. The more relaxed those vessels are, the more easily blood can move through them, delivering oxygen and nutrients to the brain. In a study from Harvard Medical School, older adults who practiced just a few minutes of deep belly breathing each day saw their systolic blood pressure drop by up to 10 points. That is a significant change, considering that high blood pressure is one of the strongest risk factors for stroke. Here is how to do it. Lie on your back in a comfortable position or sit upright in a chair with your shoulders relaxed. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. Slowly inhale through your focusing on lifting your belly rather than your chest. Hold your breath for a brief moment, then exhale gently through your mouth, letting your belly fall. Keep the movement slow and steady without forcing it. Just 40 seconds of this can calm your nervous system, reduce tension in your blood vessels, and improve the flow of oxygen to your brain. Over time, this becomes a habit your body automatically returns to in moments of stress or fatigue. Some people like to pair this with their morning coffee routine, taking a few deep breaths before the first sip. Others do it before bedtime to help ease into sleep. However you fit it into your day, think of it as a reset button for both your heart and your mind. Now that we have improved the flexibility of your arteries from within, let's turn our attention to the pathways that carry blood to the brain itself, and how a simple alignment against the wall can keep them open and free. Number 3, wall alignment stretch, clearing the highway to your brain. If your neck and shoulders feel tight at the end of the day, you are not alone. Decades of daily habits, reading, watching television, working at a desk, or even just looking down at a phone, can lead to a forward head posture and tense muscles around the base of the skull. For people over 60, this is not just a matter of comfort. That tension can press against the carotid arteries, the major blood vessels that supply oxygen-rich blood to your brain. When those arteries are even mildly compressed, the flow of blood to the brain can slow down. This may cause subtle symptoms like occasional dizziness, brain fog, or difficulty concentrating. But over time, poor blood flow can contribute to more serious issues such as memory decline, or even increase the risk of a transient ischemic attack, also called a mini-stroke. The wall alignment stretch is a gentle yet powerful way to counteract this. By standing in a certain position and lightly engaging the muscles along the spine, you help restore the natural alignment of the neck and upper back. This reduces pressure on the arteries, frees up space for smooth blood flow, and encourages a posture that supports long-term brain health. Here is how to do it. Stand with your back facing a wall. Place your heels about an inch away from the base. Gently press your lower back toward the wall until it makes light contact. Bring your shoulder blades down and back so they touch the wall as well. Then, without tilting your head backward, press the back of your head gently against the wall. Imagine your spine elongating from your tailbone up through the crown of your head. Your chin should lift just slightly, as if you were looking toward a point above eye level. Hold this position for about 40 seconds, breathing slowly and evenly. As you do, you will feel your neck and shoulders begin to relax and open. This is not about straining or forcing your body into an uncomfortable position. It is about awareness, training your muscles to remember what healthy alignment feels like so that over time, you carry it with you throughout the day. From a neurological perspective, this alignment does more than just take tension off the muscles. It allows the carotid arteries and vertebral arteries to maintain an open pathway for blood to reach the brain. Think of these arteries as the main highway feeding your brain with oxygen. When there is tension or misalignment, it is like having traffic cones narrowing the lanes. The wall alignment stretch is like clearing those cones away so traffic can move freely again. A clinical review in the journal Frontiers in Neurology has highlighted that tension in the cervical muscles can significantly reduce cerebral blood flow, particularly in older adults. By releasing this tension, you are essentially increasing the amount of oxygen and nutrients that can reach your brain with each heartbeat. Many people who practice this regularly notice improvements beyond circulation. They report fewer headaches, better balance, and a greater sense of energy in the afternoons. Some even find that their mood improves, likely because better blood flow means better communication between brain cells. It can be helpful to link this stretch to activities you already do. For example, try it while waiting for the microwave to finish during television commercials, or right after brushing your teeth in the morning. These are small moments when you are already standing still, so you can turn them into opportunities for better brain health. One of my patients, a retired school librarian, began doing this stretch twice a day after years of tension headaches and occasional dizziness. Within weeks, she noticed that she could read for longer periods without feeling fatigued, and her afternoon headaches became less frequent. She told me that the biggest change was not just in how she felt physically, but in the confidence that she was doing something daily to protect her brain. If you want to take it a step further, after your 40 seconds against the wall, step away and see if you can maintain that same posture while walking. This reinforces the benefits and trains your body to carry the alignment naturally. It is worth remembering that your brain is the hungriest organ in your body when it comes to oxygen. Any small action that helps keep the pathways open is an investment in your clarity, memory, and independence. The wall alignment stretch is quick, requires no equipment, and can be done almost anywhere. It is a small habit with a big return. With the neck and upper spine aligned and the brain's highways cleared, our next step is to keep the blood moving smoothly from the lower body back up. That means giving your veins a helping hand while you are sitting, something that can make a surprising difference in circulation. Number 4, gentle leg elevation. While sitting, helping your veins do their job. You might think of sitting as the most restful position for your body, and in some ways it is. But for your circulation, especially in your lower legs, sitting for long periods can quietly create problems. When you sit, gravity encourages blood to pool in your feet and calves. Over time, this can lead to swelling, discomfort, or even increase the risk of deep vein thrombosis, a dangerous clot that can travel to the lungs or brain. As we age, the veins in our legs have to work harder to push blood upward toward the heart. The small one-way valves inside those veins can become weaker, and the calf muscles that act as pumps may not contract as forcefully. This means blood can linger longer in the lower extremities, making it harder for your heart to keep circulation smooth and efficient. The good news is that there is a remarkably simple fix you can use anytime you are seated. By slightly elevating your legs, you give your veins a much-needed break from the constant pull of gravity. Just a few inches of elevation is enough to improve venous return. That is the flow of blood back to your heart. Here is how to do it. The next time you sit down, whether at the dining table, on the couch, or at your desk, place your feet on a low footstool, a stack of firm cushions, or even a small box. Your knees should be slightly above the level of your hips, but you do not need to raise your legs high in the air. Keep them just a few inches higher than your usual sitting position. While you sit like this, take the opportunity to add a few ankle rolls or gentle toe taps. These small movements activate your calf muscles, which act like a secondary heart for your lower body, squeezing blood upward toward the chest. Research published in the Journal of Vascular Surgery has shown that combining leg elevation with gentle calf movement significantly reduces venous pressure and prevents fluid buildup in the legs. This is a perfect habit to build into your daily routine. You can do it while reading, watching television, or chatting on the phone. If you are traveling, a small footrest or even placing your carry-on bag under your feet can make a difference on long car or plane rides. Now, I want to pause here for a moment and make this more personal. If you are watching right now, think about the last time you noticed swelling in your ankles or heaviness in your legs at the end of the day. Did you dismiss it as just getting older? Or maybe you have a story about how changing the way you sit made you feel better. I would love for you to share that in the comments. Write yes if you have experienced leg swelling, and tell us what helped you. You never know who in this community might read your story and feel encouraged to make a change for themselves. I have seen this simple shift, elevating the legs, bring real relief to patients who had been struggling for years. One retired bus driver I worked with used to have such heavy legs in the evenings that he avoided going out after work. Once he began elevating his legs for just a few minutes every hour and adding gentle ankle rolls, the swelling decreased. Within weeks, he was back to enjoying evening walks with his wife. I want you to know that making these changes is not about being perfect. It is about giving your body the support it needs at this stage of life. Every small adjustment, every act of awareness is a way of showing kindness to yourself. And when you treat your body with that kind of care, it often responds in ways you can feel almost immediately. Lighter legs, steadier balance, and a calmer heart. If you have been sitting for more than 30 minutes while watching this, why not try it right now? Grab a pillow or footrest, elevate your legs a bit, and add a few gentle ankle circles as you continue listening. Let your body feel the difference in real time. With the lower body's circulation now supported, let's move to a habit you can take into your nighttime routine. One that works while you sleep, easing your heart's workload and supporting healthy blood flow to the brain. Number 5, left side sleeping, protecting your circulation all night. When you think about improving circulation, you might picture stretching, walking, or doing specific exercises. But one of the most powerful ways to help your heart and brain doesn't happen while you're awake. It happens while you sleep. Your sleeping position can either support or strain your circulation. And for many people over 60, simply turning onto the left side can make a measurable difference. Here's why. Running along the right side of your spine is a large vein called the inferior vena cava. Its job is to carry blood from the lower half of your body back to the heart. When you lie on your left side, you take pressure off this vein, allowing blood to return more easily. This means your heart doesn't have to work as hard to keep circulation moving. And when your heart pumps more efficiently, your brain gets a steadier supply of oxygen-rich blood all night long. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine has found that left-side sleeping not only improves circulation, but can also reduce interruptions in breathing during sleep, something called sleep apnea. For older adults, that matters. Poor oxygen flow at night is linked to higher risks of stroke, heart problems, and memory decline. There are more benefits too. Left-side sleeping can aid digestion, promote better lymphatic drainage, and, for some people, even reduce snoring. All of these add up to a calmer cardiovascular system and a more restful night. If you're not used to sleeping on your side, try placing a pillow between your knees to keep your hips aligned and reduce strain on your lower back. A small pillow or rolled towel behind your back can keep you from rolling onto your right side or stomach during the night. For those with shoulder discomfort, use a slightly thicker pillow under your head to relieve pressure. One of my patients, a retired piano teacher, was dealing with morning dizziness and a racing heart upon waking. After making the simple change to left-side sleeping, she noticed fewer dizzy spells and felt more refreshed in the morning. It was a small shift with a big payoff, and she never had to add a single new exercise to her day. If you've been waking up tired, lightheaded, or foggy, your sleeping position could be part of the problem. Tonight, when you go to bed, take a moment to lie on your left side. You may not feel the change immediately, but over days and weeks, you could find your mornings feeling steadier and more energized. And remember, these small, thoughtful adjustments are not about doing everything at once. They're about adding one good habit at a time until it becomes second nature. We've now covered ways to use gravity, breathing, alignment, movement, and sleeping posture to improve circulation and lower stroke risk. There's just one more piece to complete this picture, a habit that touches almost every moment of your waking life. It's the posture you hold while you're sitting, working, relaxing, and even socializing. And by fine-tuning it, you can protect your brain and heart every single day without adding a single minute to your schedule. Let's finish with this final piece so you have a complete set of tools to protect your circulation from morning to night. Number 6, correct sitting posture. Protecting circulation without adding time to your day. You might be surprised to hear this, but one of the biggest influences on your circulation isn't how you move. It's how you sit. Most of us spend hours each day sitting, whether it's at the table, in a favorite chair, or on the couch. The position you hold during that time can either help your blood move smoothly or create subtle blockages that add up over time. Here's the science behind it. When you slouch, tuck your feet under your chair, or cross your legs for long periods, you compress blood vessels in the hips and knees. This creates the same effect as bending a garden hose. The flow slows down or backs up. For the veins in your legs, this can lead to pooling, swelling, and a higher risk of deep vein thrombosis. For your arteries, it can mean reduced blood delivery to the brain and other vital organs. A study from the American Heart Association found that people with poor sitting posture had greater fluctuations in blood pressure and more pooling of blood in the legs, especially in older adults. Over time, that extra strain on the vascular system can contribute to fatigue, dizziness, and slower mental processing. The good news is that correcting your sitting posture is one of the easiest health upgrades you can make, and it doesn't require extra time in your day. Here's the checklist. Sit so your feet are flat on the floor with your knees bent at a 90-degree angle. Keep your shoulders relaxed and gently drawn back, and let your lower back rest against the chair's support. Avoid leaning forward for long periods. Instead, bring your reading material, television screen, or work surface closer to you so you can maintain a neutral spine. Every 30 minutes or so, shift your position, stand up briefly, or do a light stretch to re-engage your circulation. Even these small adjustments help keep your arteries and veins clear and your blood moving. And when your circulation is steady, your brain gets the consistent oxygen supply it needs to stay alert and focused. I often remind my patients, posture is a form of self-care. It's not about looking a certain way. It's about giving your body the structure it needs to function well. Just as you wouldn't kink a hose you rely on for water, you don't want to compress the vessels you rely on for life-giving blood. One gentleman I worked with, a retired accountant, began making posture adjustments during his daily crossword puzzle time. Within a month, his legs felt lighter in the evenings, and his afternoon brain fog had lessened. He told me, "It's strange, but just sitting differently makes me feel more in control of my health." That's exactly the kind of small but meaningful change we're aiming for. If you're sitting right now, pause and check your posture. Are your feet flat? Are your shoulders relaxed? Is your back supported? Making these changes takes only seconds, but the benefits can last for years. If you've been listening to all 6 of these tips and thinking, "It's too late for me," I want to reassure you, it's never too late. Our bodies have an amazing capacity to adapt and heal, even after decades of certain habits. I've seen people in their 70s and 80s make small, consistent changes and see noticeable improvements in their energy, balance, and clarity of mind. The key is not to overhaul your entire routine overnight. Start with one habit, make it part of your day, and then build from there. Progress is made in steady steps, not leaps. You can support your health starting right now. Your turn to reflect. I'd love to hear from you. After you've tried one or more of these techniques, take a moment to share in the comments how it felt. Whether it's a lighter feeling in your legs, a calmer mind, or even better sleep. Your experience could be the encouragement someone else needs to start. This community is built on shared wisdom, and your voice matters. If you found today's video helpful, let's keep building your brain and heart health together. Click the link on the screen or in the description to watch our next video. Your brain can't process sugar? You're at higher Alzheimer's risk. In it, we'll explore how the way your brain handles sugar changes with age, why that matters for memory, and what you can do starting today to protect your mind. Remember, the steps you take now, even the smallest ones, can have a profound impact on your future health. Stay consistent, stay curious, and stay kind to yourself. Your brain and your heart will thank you for it.